based on high-stakes accountability and privatization in place of those reforms that we know actually work, by investing in the classroom, improving, reducing class size, providing a rich and varied curriculum, providing better working conditions for teachers to try to lower some of the very high teacher attrition rates we have in this city and other high-needs urban districts across the country.
Good afternoon. My name is Akinlabi McCall. I'm a member of the Coalition for Public Education, Black New Yorkers for Education Excellence, and SEEDS. I hope to touch on a few things that include the educational achievement gap reframed. In addition to that, there are some elements that do create a gap, which is primarily a gap in services as we see it. And we would want to focus on that because we think ultimately information on how services can be better given by the public administrators and by the public school system in specific will make a major headway in the question of how do we transform our schools. Thank you.
Speaking as a public school parent first and as a charter parent second, the threat that I see to public education is what has now become the total takeover or attempted takeover through privatization of the public school system through charters. To me, that is the biggest threat out there. And the sad part about it is that they're using parents who don't know the facts, who don't know the truth, who don't even know what their rights are under that system as the puppets to completely undermine and take over the public education system.
Hi. I'll be speaking today about the funding streams that are driving a lot of this corporate-style reform right now in this country. And I mean, I think there's a lot of issues to be talked about today, but I think my concern will be what does this mean for the possibility of having a democratic society if our education system is controlled and manipulated by a handful of some of the very wealthiest people in our country who have their own agenda. And I think we need to think that through a lot, because it's hardly discussed, and look forward to talking about it.
Hi, I would say that the biggest threat to public education today is basically the imposition of the business model of the corporate agenda onto our schools and onto public education. So,